when he was limited to just 9 minutes, Trae Young, with a quad contusion, but he is A-OK to play today. However, the Hawks are going to sit down John Collins for the rest of the Summer League. He made second-team All-Rookie last year with the Hawks. Now, on the other side of things here, guys, let's look at the 7th pick, Wendell Carter Jr. from Duke, who has been exactly what we've heard about, the modern-day big. He can go outside, he can play down low, and he can block shots. He's got 9 blocks in 2 games here in Vegas.
Well, another guy, I guess I'm getting old, Vince. I've been knowing him from Atlanta for so long. I don't think you got a chance to see his total package of his skill set at Duke. Nothing against playing at Duke. I thought they put him in a role, Vince, because they were loaded, and he was pretty much their 5.
Vince, you got anything against Duke?
Well, we ain't going to get into that.
UNC, Duke.
I think now you're starting to get a chance to see his entire repertoire. He can shoot the basketball, he can pass it, but more importantly, like you said, Jared, defensively where he's going to make his money.
Curious to see if Amari Spellman sees some time on Wendell Carter Jr. today. Remember, Spellman, the 30th pick of the first round of the 2018 NBA draft. Vince Carter, Steve Smith, Jared Greenberg, Riles Gold on Woody, working courtside. We got the Bulls and the Hawks' final day of round-robin play here before we move on to the tournament tomorrow. You got the Hawks in the white, in the dark black uniforms. The Bulls go right away to Wendell Carter Jr. to start things off.
I think that's the way you drew it up, Jared, right off the open to get Wendell Carter a bucket.
Well, there's the turnover by Trae Young. This Hawks squad getting their young players some extra work, as I mentioned, going and playing in Utah. 0-3 there, and they've lost their first 2 here in Vegas. Trae Young. Vince, similar spot here for you. 5th pick, traded on draft night, just like Trae Young. There's the opportunity for 2 at the line.
Well, first of all, this is what I like to see for Trae. Don't shoot the 3 first. Get into the paint, make some plays, try to get fouled, get to the free throw line, and then work your way out if you're struggling. I think it was 6 for 35 from 3. So this is a good sign for Hawks fans and for Trae Young. But being the 5th pick, I just remember the excitement finally fulfilling the dream, and all of a sudden David Stearns, and they're taking you back for all the young guys who don't know David Stearns, but David Stearns actually telling me to wait a second because, hey, there's about to be a trade, and guess who's getting traded? It was me.
Does that mess with your head? Even if it's a situation that you're happy to be going to, does it take an adjustment to be like, oh, wow, my first 5 seconds in the league, I'll be moved?
Well, not really. I was still excited about my opportunity, and I was going to do what I needed to do regardless. So it didn't matter. It was the NBA. I understood it was a business first and foremost. You know, we work on our games to try to get here, and the one thing that we don't talk to younger players about is the business side. You can work on your game. It's still a business at the end of the day, and that the mental side is just as important as the physical side.
Well, Amari Spellman almost tried to give the Bulls some business there. We should mention Steve Smith also, 5th pick in his draft class.
Let me see, he was a commissioner back then. No, it was still David Stern. It was a long time ago, though, Jared. He probably was 6th grade, 5th grade, 91.
Still half-day kindergarten.
Half days still.
Well, Amari Spellman is coming off a national championship. He's a guy known for his hustle, playing just extremely hard, loves the defensive side of the ball, and also can step outside occasionally and be able to let it fly on this Hawks team, which is going to be asked to shoot a whole bunch of threes. There's Carter Jr. again, the bucket and the foul. You've seen his versatility there.
Vince, what I love about him is the little things. He set the pick, but obviously got a chance to square up quickly, caught the basketball, and was comfortable after he set this pick, got his feet set, and the strength to be able to knock this one down. Nice play by Wendell Carter.
Well, 2 things that I've noticed. The game now, and particularly when I first got in the league, and of course you being in the league, the screens are different. Coaches are stressing slip screens more now. So the one thing that he did that you don't see young guys do, he's using his hands, the slip screen, to gain separation, puts his body on the next defender, and obviously he's strong enough for the end run.
Nearly a turnover by the Hawks.
And he runs the floor extremely well. So
Jock Landale getting the start today with John Collins out. He missed there for the Hawks. That's the first miss for the Bulls. They started 3 for 3. Trae Young gathers and takes it up the court. Nice screen there by Landale.
We'll see what Wendell can do. But, you know, now in day and age, you have to be able to switch out and play guards. Wendell, they're doing a nice job of keeping Trey in front of him.
That's it. He's taking the challenge. He's doing what he needs to do.
That's something we've seen a lot a couple of days ago. Wade Baldwin, who we just saw in this game in Portland, bigger guard, putting him out there, bigger players trying to get ahead of. Is it as much mental as it is physical with Trae Young trying to put bigs out there on him?
For sure. And I think what he will learn is that when you have a bigger guard or a big like that, yes, get your separation and go to your move. The dribble, crossover, play with the ball. No, get downhill as quickly as possible. Draw the defense, either get your layup or find the open guy, and that'll open everything else up. Antonius
Cleveland, who split 17 games in the league last year with these Hawks and the Dallas Mavericks, is on the line for Atlanta. Wendell Carter Jr. again, he's letting it fly.
Pretty good looks.
Cleveland, he's averaging about 7 points in 5 summer league games, both in Utah here. Trae Young hits the bucket.
You know, make it interesting, Jared and Vince, watching Trae Young, how much would he play on the ball or off the basketball? Not because of Dennis Schroeder or point guard. It looks like he's extremely comfortable without it, running off screens. It's going to be interesting how the Atlanta Hawks play the other guys, the bigs, you know, playing with the Trae Young.
There's another first-round pick for Chicago. Hutchinson, he dishes it out. Three is no good by Antonio Blakeney, who's been the leading scorer for Chicago during summer league play. Nice feed there by Young, but it's intercepted by Arcidiacono.
I definitely think right now he should play on the ball as much as possible to get him used to it, because I think at the end of the day, if they continue to keep Schroeder or move him, he now will be the feature guard, well, the point guard, and they'll feature him, and he's going to have to make those decisions to get guys involved as well as find his offense. But when you're the franchise guy, you're the point guard, you're going to have to learn how to distribute and make plays when called on for yourself.
Foul on Wendell Carter Jr. there, his first, as Jalen Morris drew the foul.
I totally agree with Vince. Just been watching in summer league, Jerry and Vince. They've been playing him off the basketball a lot. I just want to get into coach's mind on why. Are they knock that down, Trey? I think the one thing you said it best, Vince, and me and Jerry got a chance to interview him during the draft. He doesn't lack confidence.
No.
He's not cocky. He just doesn't lack.
Yeah,
he
absolutely.
is confident in himself.
Well, he's got 8 of the first 11, does Trae Young for the Atlanta Hawks.
And I really think getting to the free throw line early, getting an easy 2 sets this up now. You got your scope locked in. Now he can fire away.
Kevin Pelton, ESPN, had an interesting take on some of the analytical data that's been broken down on Trae Young, both from summer league and going back to his lone year at Oklahoma. As it's Chicago ball again, down low to Carter, Hutchison, and Trae Young comes up with the steal, and the foul's committed by Blakeney. One of the points that the story on Trae Young was among the 30 first-round picks this year in the draft, nobody shot a lower percentage last year in college ball at the rim than Trae Young. Just 53% at the rim. So he tries to get those looks, Vince, but because he has to work so hard as he does there, and Young misses, but we'll see if they're going to call it on the floor. That's NBA official J.B. DeRosa there saying it's on the floor, but he has to work so hard, Vince, for those buckets.
Yeah, he's a smaller guard, but like you said, he doesn't lack confidence. He knows with his dribble he can get his shot, Steve. So you watched him a little more than I have, but from what I've seen, he's still fearless. He'll get into the paint. He'll draw the contact. He has the moves. Like there he is again. This is what he's going to need to do. Obviously, he needs to have passes on time, on target, but using his quickness, getting to the paint, that's what he needs.
All right, well, it's been hyped as the 5th pick versus the 7th pick, and so far it's been the Trae Young and Wendell Carter Jr. show. The Hawks up by 1 with Trae Young having 8 of them.
At Burger King, get 2 of these delicious sandwiches for just $6. Like our Flame Grilled Whopper, made with 100% beef. Mix or match a Whopper with a crispy chicken or spicy crispy chicken. It's the 2 for $6 mix or match deal, only at Burger King.
Give your head a Mountain Dew kickstart. Life's more than a race to the finish. It's the power to choose what you do and a trainer for where you go.
Welcome to Thailand.
Ready to get started?
It's having a friend as a partner with a plan built specifically for you. It's someone there for every weight, lift, and crunch.
Nice work, you guys.
It's motivation, inspiring you mentally and physically, showing you new things, and taking you to new places. Because with your trainers, fitness is an adventure.
I'll see you again tomorrow for another amazing workout.
The X22i from Nordic Track. Your life, your trainers.
So you think my kids are
gonna make some great memories here? Yes. Look at that play set.
Wow, it's like he knows.
Knows what you're thinking, comes with the job.
Man, the only people that get me like this are my teammates. Hey guys. Yo, what up, Darren?
Hey, James.
Hey, Cole. Nice shorts.
Thanks, man.
Chris, I figured out what...
Yeah, those shorts are nice.
The State Farm Red really complements my skin tone.
I thought that was Rockets red.
Why can't it be both?
I'll just do it.
Back here in Vegas, Summer League action, Hawks and Bulls. Let's go to the fourth member of our crew, Roz Gold-Unwoody.
Thanks, Jared. Well, Trae Young returns to the court after a right quad contusion, and he told me it's affecting him with explosiveness, trying to push forward, but he did not want to miss today's game. He knows all eyes are on him, and we were talking about techniques to kind of take the pressure off, not let the moment get too big. And he says before each game, he sends a group text to his family telling them I love him. And then he said, I listen to slow jams to relax me, and he likes Jodeci and New Edition. So old school taste, guys, for this young guy.
Oh, man.
Roz, I love that nugget. Did you say Jodeci?
Yes, he did.
God, he needs some gray hair to listen to Jodeci.
Vince, what'd you listen to before this game?
This game? I didn't.
We had to calm you down. You're all hyped up.
No, I'm good. I'm good now.
Here's Wendell Carter Jr. yet again. He's off target there. He's now 3 for 5. Wendell Carter Jr.'s got 7 points. Trae Young has 8 to lead all scorers here early on. And Trae Young, you know, so much focus on the shooting to create. Just 19 years old. Turned 20 in September.
You know, Jared, when we had a chance to talk to him after draft, I was asking him, I said, everybody was talking about your size. He said, Mr. Smith, I would love to take a peel to get bigger. I mean, but I can't. I am who I am.
I love it.
He said, but one thing I'm going to tell you, I'm going to work extremely hard. I'm going to come out there and give you 110%. What else can you ask for? He can't grow right now. Man. All he can do is get a little stronger. And I think the one thing about him is he understands there's a lot of pressure on him, but I don't think he's wavering from it. I think right now, those couple games he had before they got to Vegas, Ben said he was pressing. This game, you can just tell the calmness on him. He's ready to go.
And Roz, let's face it here, there's a lot of expectations on him to be the face of the franchise here.
Right, and he certainly heard the conversation about his size and his body. Is he NBA ready? Before the game, I was just talking with Hawks' new coach, Lloyd Pierce, and he was talking about having a conversation with him and Steve Nash and Trae Young, and them all talking about activating his body to be able to be ready for an NBA game, meaning they're focusing very hard on his diet, what he's eating, and then also flexibility, and very important to Steve Nash, core strength. And these are the kinds of conversations they're having right now heading into the season, trying to get him ready. And Trae told me he's already spoken to Steve Nash in person by phone, and that's a really big influence for him.
Yeah, another guy that he spent a lot of time with is Rod Strickland.
Oh, man. I love Strickland.
And Vince, I love young guys reaching out to guys at their position. That's what I think you have to do. You got to go search and seek out wisdom. And, woo, that is deep. Oh!
There's some flash of what we saw so much at Oklahoma when Trae Young was the nation's leading scorer.
That's what it's all about for him, understanding who you are and making it work.
Hutchison, the drop-off pass, and that gets Darnell Stokes involved.
My former teammate. I've been around a long.
Been around a long time.
I have former teammates.
Oh, wait a minute.
Trae, no.
Okay.
I don't know how long you've been around, Vince. Trae Young wasn't.
I tend to forget.
Trae Young wasn't born when you were drafted. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm not even taking a shot at you. That's the truth.
Oh. Man.
Here's Trae Young now penetrating on Arcidiacono.
Spellman.
He drives, draws the contact, late whistle. It's going to be a blocking foul, and again, Amari Spellman gets himself to the free throw line. 2 years at Villanova. There's Lloyd Pierce, who, by the way, he's got to be the most nervous man in the building. And it has nothing to do with Trae Young or Amari Spellman. Wife, pregnant, expecting, within the next month or so.
Man.
You said month or so?
I believe August.
Okay. Congratulations to Coach Lloyd Pierce. Is this his first kid?
Don't believe so, but didn't do that much research on it. I just knew his wife was pregnant.
I was just
Kid on the way with his first head coaching job.
Apologize, Miss Spears, if you're listening.
Can't beat that.
Amari Spellman, 2 years at Nova. Last year, about 11 points a game. Big East Rookie of the Year. Guy who transformed his body. Went from about 300 pounds to 245 after his first year in Villanova, did Spellman. Tied at 16 here. Bulls ball.
Isaac Gates, he can shoot it. Johns Creek, Georgia.
Undrafted out of Xavier after 3 years playing in Ohio. There's Trae Young again. Now to Spellman.
I think with Trae Young's ability to handle the ball, obviously to shoot, a la Steph Curry, he's going to draw a lot of attention with his ability to shoot with just looking at the rim. So for him, the hesitation getting into the middle of the paint, finding open guys is going to be great for this young team because they're going to have to find ways to get easy baskets. That's the thing, because they're so young.
5 on the clock. In the corner, shot deflected.
It's good defense.
Here comes Hutchison.
Chandler Hutchison, it's a lot of guys were raving about him coming into the draft with his skill set to play 3 or 4 positions.
Matt Williams Jr., undrafted out of University of Central Florida.
Good old UCF.
Like that Orlando area, no?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Spellman working the post. Passes wide open. Johnson. Robert Johnson off out of Indiana. Let's talk about Ryan Arcidiacono. I know you guys have seen a lot of him over a couple of years. Well, we'll do that after we take a timeout here. Chicago up by 5. Trae Young, though, off to a solid start here. The 5th pick of the draft. He's got 11 for Atlanta.
Get up! This is where a kid fell down and a champion got up.
This is where shoes to fill became footsteps to follow.
The Golden State Warriors select Stephen Curry.
This is where ego was laid to rest. And humility rose in its place. But my mind is where every challenge I've ever faced has been won or lost.
At Burger King, get 2 of these delicious sandwiches for just $6. Like our Flame Grilled Whopper, made with 100% beef. Mix or match a Whopper with a crispy chicken or spicy crispy chicken. It's the 2 for $6 mix or match deal, only at Burger King.
It's summer.
Summer is here!
The surest sign that summer has arrived. Think summer can from Corona. Get it while you can.
How about this one?
I don't know. He might be on a different team next season.
Don't sweat it, kid. With American Express Jersey Assurance, now when NBA players switch teams, you can switch jerseys.
How does it work?
So say your favorite player's in Orlando tearing down backboards. You have Jersey Assurance.
Sick.
And then when he goes to Hollywood, you have Jersey Assurance.
Genius.
I know.
American Express Jersey Assurance. Another way we have your back. The powerful backing of American Express. Don't live life without it.
Well, in Trae Young's first 5 games as a professional in Summer League, he hit 6 from downtown. Already, here in the first quarter of game number 6 of his professional career, Trae Young 3 of 4 from downtown, 11 points, and seeing a lot of different looks defensively from the Bulls.
Yeah, he is. One thing I love about watching him shoot the basketball, we all talk about the three-point shot, but still his shot preparation to get into this shot off the dribble, off the catch, he was on balance, he squared up, and he gets a lot of his legs and lower body into his shot.
He's a little guy, but he shoots from a long way, so it's imperative for him to have his lower body strong. So I think talking with Steve Nash and going through that process is great. I've had the opportunity to play with Steve Nash as well as go through the Phoenix organization and the prep work that they do. Seeing Steve and his prep work before a game to take care of his body and just to be prepared for games. So that is A1 to me for Trae Young to reach out to him.
Trae Young comes out for the moment. Meanwhile, Chicago basketball, and they go to Jarnell Stokes, the 35th pick back in 2014.
He's put together, Jared.
Yes, he is.
Low center of gravity.
See his brother.
Bigger than him?
Bigger than him.
Younger?
Yes.
Well, Hawks will operate here for the first time today without Trae Young. They also don't have John Collins, guys, who, Vince, I know you got the opportunity to see here. 3 on the shot clock here. The shot hoisted by Robert Johnson is no good. Under 2 minutes to play your first quarter. John Collins, 6'10", 235, second team all-rookie last year, and they shut him down after he saw action in a handful of summer league games here so far in both Utah and Vegas. And
he fell on a drive to the basket and hit his head. I think after that, he was like, okay, that's enough.
Yeah, that was on Sunday.
Yeah, super
There's Jalen
athletic.
Morris.
I don't know anything about hitting your head on the basket driving, Jared.
I don't have any hair, so that definitely kills me.
The obligatory, is that the obligatory mention Vince Carter's dunk?
Yeah, it's the guys that can jump.
Guys, what
We're going to get into that. I have a question for you also later on. We'll get into that later on.
What have you seen out of John Collins here in Vegas in last year's rookie year?
I love, obviously, his energy and his first of all, I love to have guys that compete, whatever the skill levels they have. Then I love to see what he's worked on. He's jump shot and improved his range. He's comfortable handling the basketball. I wouldn't say he's a guard or anything, but to have that size. And also just to see where he's gone to the next level defensively. He was going after balls, Vince, in a summer league, which you wouldn't think a guy who's been around in his second year, looking like he was undrafted.
Yep.
That's the way he played.
Yeah, I think he understands that this year he's going to have a bigger role. So he's stepping up his level of intensity, rebound, super athletic, real bouncy.
Kaiser Gates again.
Yeah.
30 seconds ago, Jalen Adams trying to impress the Hawks front office. There's John Collins sitting on the bench. It's been real good. 4 summer league games, both in Utah and here. Saturday, 30 points, hit 4 of 7 from downtown. This Lloyd Pierce coach team is going to hoist them from every position in the 18-19 season. Second separates the game and shot clock here. Bulls basketball, they're on an 11-2 run. They lead at 31-18. Blakeney, who's been their leading scorer, nearly gets his pocket pinked, but out of bounds. Jalen Morris, the defense. Morris out of Malloy College.
And Blakeney can really score.
Oh, yes.
I mean, that kid knows how to score, and it comes easy to him, Vince.
I remember his first 2 games in Chicago. He was unconscious, letting it fly.
Well, he was the G League Rookie of the Year.
He was.
Blakeney averaged 32 points per game in 32 games played. We've got the final 6.1 of the first quarter right after this, live from Vegas on NBA TV.
Gatorade, with carbs to help fuel your muscles and help you make the leap to the next level. Studied, tested, proven. Nothing beats Gatorade.
This burger speaks American. 2 flame-grilled beef patties, melted American cheese, beer-flavored creamy tavern sauce, crispy onions, and crispy bacon. The king of burgers meets the king of beers. Introducing the American Brewhouse King, only at Burger King.
YouTube TV, cable-free live TV is here. Try it free.
Well, we're mentioning Saturday's performance by John Collins, where he scored 30. Collins took it outside, hit 4 of 7 from downtown, but we see his athleticism at the rim.
I mean, that's what we know him to be, super athletic, but stepping out to three-point range, I think that's going to expand his game.
And he's going to enter his second year, still just 20 years old.
Steve's having a rough time over here, getting beat up by the folks walking by.
Jared, I thought you were supposed to protect me.
Chico's here. There's going to be a foul here. I've noticed, though, that Vince's head has not been touched yet.
Oh, I'm leading forward.
You know, my knees hurt, so I think
He needs some more room.
I'm in some more room, so I think I'm in the walkway a little bit too much.
All right, so the Hawks had a foul to give here. So Bulls ball here, 3.8 to go. Shot clock off. Ooh, Wendell Carter Jr. He's going to go to the line.
It's not a good foul.
Not at all, and I think that's the one thing for young guys. You see a guy in duress shooting the basketball, all you have to do is contest.
That's it. Well, just put your hands up.
Wendell Carter Jr., two shots. We call it 2 shots here.
Ooh, was it?
Heading to the line for Chicago.
It's just 2?
34, Wendell Carter Jr. He'll shoot 2.
I don't know.
I thought he was behind the line.
I did too.
Guess my eyes are getting bad, Jared.
You can go to replay if you want.
Yeah, man, I want to see the green light.
If you're new to something,
what you think about that challenge, Vince? You like that?
Let me explain. If you're just joining us here,
the games longer.
This year they're adopting the rule that is being tried out in the G League. The final seconds expire here. We'll talk more about the challenge opportunity, which will come into play later on in the game. But right now, after 10 minutes of basketball, it's Chicago 33, Atlanta 18, despite the strong start by Trae Young, who's got 11 points. Being the way, Wendell Carter Jr., he's got 4 for Chicago.
Let's do this. Let's do it. Huh? Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do it. Let's do this. Let's do it. Yeah. 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 I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level. Give your head a Mountain Dew kickstart.
What do you pair with the decadent triple melt burrito loaded with seasoned beef and 3 melty cheeses? From the mountainous Dew region, a late harvest Baja Blast. The triple melt burrito and medium drink. Taco Bell's new $2 duo.
Say goodbye to the one-size-fits-all family unlimited plan. Starting now, everyone gets the plan they want without paying for things they don't want. Mom gets the unlimited she needs, Dad gets the unlimited he needs, the kids get the unlimited they need. It's big news from Verizon.
Wow. All this for us.
Yeah, and every other family in America. I think the Kowalskis are next.
One family, different unlimited plans, starting at $40 per line. Switch now and get $300 off our best phones, all on the network you deserve.
This is a story about mail and packages. And it's also a story about people. People who rely on us every day to deliver their dreams. They're handing us more than mail. They're handing us their business. And while we make more e-commerce deliveries to homes than anyone else in the country, we never forget that your business is our business. The United States Postal Service. Priority, you.
Welcome back to Las Vegas Summer League. I'm Roz Golden-Woody alongside John Collins of the Atlanta Hawks. And John, you played 2 games, and now you're officially done for the rest of Vegas Summer League. So evaluate yourself. Where do you think you've shown improvement?
I think I've just shown improvement, on my ability to obviously shoot the ball, guard a little bit, and just my overall awareness on the court. I think I've done enough in Summer League to warrant a rest, and I think the coaches thought that way as well. So good Summer League for me, and I'm here to support my guys. Hopefully Trae can come out strong today.
You mentioned Trae, and he's got so much attention on him, eyes on him. How does that affect the team? And then for you as a second-year player now, how do you try to help him through all the attention he's getting?
Yeah, it's always a little different when it's a point guard, because when you're putting all the pressure on him, a lot of decisions being made and a lot of stuff for a young guy like him. So we're just doing a good job of trying to, make sure he knows it's a team thing. It's not just all on him. We got him. So once he figures that out, and I think he's starting to figure that out now, you're seeing him open up a lot.
Right, and you've also got a new coach, too, to add on to things in Lloyd Pierce. What has he made a priority to implement so far?
I think he just us being ourselves. He doesn't really want us to do anything too unnecessary. He wants us to be ourselves and play our game, make the right play, make the simple plays. But the thing you always vouch for us, he always wants us to have fun and grow together. Everything we do is together as a team, and I think he thinks that chemistry is real big on developing a young squad like ours.
Moving from a rookie to a second-year player, I'm wondering, do you feel comfortable enough and confident enough to be yourself? Do you feel like you have a voice this season?
Sure. I feel like I had a voice last season too, but it's always a little different. You know, me being having 1 year under my belt on this team is a lot of experience compared to how our roster is right now. So it's kind of a weird spot, but it's cool to be in because it's new and we're young and we're all gonna grow in this process together.
Lastly, you got some help inside, Omari Spellman. What are you seeing in him, and what are you talking to him about?
He's real big, real strong, reminds me of me, real bouncy, likes to be real active around the rim. So he's also showing the ability to stretch the floor too. So I think having two bigs with the ability to stretch the floor on the court at the same time is going to be dangerous. So like I said, it takes a little time, but we'll be something. We'll be something to mess with.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Well, have fun and enjoy the whole process of it all. Ooh, look, the ball always comes to the ballers.
Wow.
There she goes. There she goes.
Thank you. All right, guys.
I don't know who I'm more impressed with, John with the hands or Roz the timing of the line.
A little bit of both.
She was inserting herself in that statement as well as a baller.
Yeah.
Roz got game at Stanford.
John's shoots and New York City as well. That's where it all started.
And she let it be known earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
She told us about that. Starter.
Trey Young at the line. On the other end, Roz was talking to John about the athletic play by Antonio Blakeney. He's trying to prove to the Bulls he's worth giving a serious look at. Bulls 14 of 21 from the field here, real efficient. Foul out on the perimeter. This Hawks team, even with all of the rebuilding they're going through and trying to find players, they don't really have much roster flexibility in terms of roster spots. One, maybe two. That's why these guys like Jalen Morris and see certainly Antonio Cleveland trying to prove themselves here. Travis Schlenk, the team's general manager, on hand here with Lloyd Pierce, and coach. Wendell Carter Jr.
There's your matchup you wanted. Spellman Carter.
You look at the Hawks right now as a position. There's a lot of guys on this list. Also, you got to also love Taurean Prince, what he did last year, Jed. I thought he stepped up as a guy we know is defensively. He had that reputation coming into the league, but I thought he took his offensive game to another level. I mean, this kid right here
can score, man.
Score.
He gets to his spot, rises, and he's very confident in his shot and his ability to get to the front of the rim.
Blakeney 8 points after struggling 2 for 15 Sunday against the Lakers. Been up and down first 3 games for Blakeney, but looking good here on Tuesday evening.
You know it's a lost art in this game. I'm watching this. I've been seeing it the last 3-4 games. The pick and roll. As far as setting the solid screen, there's a lot of slip screens. Obviously, there's switching now 1 through 4, maybe 5.
How much of that is on the point guard to be patient to wait for the screen to be ready?
For sure. That, and I think now.
Wow, Carter Jr. with the nice move.
Great play, pick and roll. But there again, the big needs to understand, the better screen you set, the more you're open. And he meaning Carter, setting a great screen, making the guard go over, which leaves him wide open down the paint. So I'd like to see more of that.
We'll talk more about the pick and roll and the art of the pick and roll from the ageless wonder himself, Vince Saturday, with us. Vince Carter.
Red Robin is the place to drop in for some yum, to celebrate cravings, to bond over burgers and bacon. And there's no such thing as the last fry. So come burger at our place, or get your Red Robin to go. Try one of 5 Tavern Double Burgers for only $6.99 each, anytime. And of course, they're always served with bottomless steak fries. Let's burger.
Red Robin. Yum.
YouTube TV, cable-free live TV is here. Try it free.
Growing up in Indiana, you knew the game of basketball. Now, that's what you knew. I wanted to be the best.
Too easy for Skylar Diggins.
Coming back from my injury was one of the biggest hurdles in my professional career. I'd never been without the game of basketball before, so just being out there on the floor again with my team was an accomplishment. I was really proud of that. I'm here to work.
Well, the Bulls behind a strong start of Wendell Carter Jr. out to a 41-24 lead here. Vince Carter, Steve Smith, Jared Greenberg. Vince, you were talking about the art of the pick and roll here. How much of what you're getting into now as offense is trying to hunt and hurry that mismatch?
That's what it is. You're seeing defenses switching out of convenience. We saw a lot of that in the finals.
On the block by Wendell Carter Jr. He's now got 10 in 3 games.
Great defensive instinct.
Great timing.
Yes, he does.
Question for me, Vince. You've been playing in this era. You played in a lot of eras. You look right now, it looks like there's coaches preaching set the screen, make contact, and you were talking about it during the break. There's coaches preaching just to get hands, and then there's a lot that's preaching not really setting the screen. It's almost like a slip to kind of confuse the defense where everybody is switching. I also want to ask you about that, and we'll look at this replay of Wendell Carter blocking his shot. This is fantastic timing by Wendell Carter. He's on the backside.
Looked like he was looking down.
All the way down.
The rim view. Look at that.
Wendell Carter Jr. had 4 blocks on Sunday. That followed up a game on Saturday against Cleveland where he had 5. How about that for a pro debut for Wendell Carter Jr. on Saturday? 16 points, 9 rebounds, 5 blocks. And there's Jalen Morris.
Nice. What's the reason now, Vince, where automatically seem like you switch now on pick and rolls?
I don't know. I think that's what hurt Cleveland in the finals. I think they were switching out of convenience, and credits to the Golden State with their awareness offensively. They were putting Kevin Love in the pick and roll.
Wow, from 30 feet. Ooh. There's Trae Young, no good. Trae Young starting to really feel himself here.
But they were starting to switch a half court, unnecessary switching, and I think you're starting to see more of that because of the like size bigs now, the athletic bigs who are able to do so. So the pick and rolls offensively are set higher to get the bigger guy on the smaller guard. And sometimes I'm just like, hey, just get under. You want your best defender on your best offensive guy whenever possible.
I must ask, there's some coaches, and I'm not naming, it seems like it's just like you said, an automatic switch, but you said it best. You're starting to see pick and rolls close to half court. There's some of the bigs that in the pick and roll, I'm trapping because I want to see if he can make a play from the half court to be able to dribble, come down, score, and make a play. I don't know. Sure. There's not a lot of big.
Trae Young up top. Cleveland throws it down.
Great class, great awareness. I mean, that's his ability, Trae Young, to look up the floor and put the ball right on target for the alley-oop dunk. But yes, particularly smaller guards, like the Steph Currys. Hey, just trap him. Sometimes get the ball out of his hands. Listen, like the old school terminology, we're going to lose. Somebody else has to beat us.
Yes.
In your scouting report, you're going to have guys. You're going to have a handful of guys that you can say, okay, if we have to trap the star player, whoever that may be, there is one guy that we'll live with.
There's a foul on Chicago. Take a look at Trae Young putting it up top for Antonius Cleveland.
And you notice Trae Young's eyes are up, looking up the court once he received the ball, looking ahead for the alley-oop.
He doesn't get enough credit for his passing ability. I mean, they're looking at his ball handling and shooting, which all the young cats do, but to average 8.7 assists to go along with the amount of points he averaged, 27. Kid has a great feel with the game. The passing, that's a nice move, and to kick it out just right there on that play.
That's the play. That's what he has to be. We're wowed by his ability to shoot the three, and that's going to be there. But I think early in his NBA career, he's not going to get as many open looks like in college because of that. So he has to take advantage of by his dribble drives, finding other guys, getting them open shots, which is going to now give him open shots later on.
How much of that playmaking was due to the nature of the ball being in Trae Young's hand as much as it was in Oklahoma versus in Atlanta? Do you want him to have the ball in his hand that much?
Well, I've watched him. It's not, there's some guys that are just volume stats guys because they have him in his hand. But I'm watching a kid right now that are making plays with his eyes and passing ability. I want it in his hands because just to Vince's point, we got a time a guy can shoot the basketball, and the next step for him is being able to turn that corner and take bumps. He get his feet in the paint and can draw defense and make the correct pass. It'll make him even more dangerous.
Cleveland draws the foul. He's making a nice statement here today. Antonius Cleveland. Friends call him AC.
That's his third.
It's not Air Canada. It's Antonius Cleveland.
I play with guys who say, my friends call me this, and I used to ask, am I a friend? Are we friends? Can I call him AC, Jared?
My friends call me Money.
You don't have too many friends because they don't really know you.
No.
Shots fired.
What are the rules, guys, about getting nicknames your first couple of years in the league?
It should be given to you.
That's what I was about to say. There's a lot of guys I played with. They gave themselves nicknames, and some of the nicknames didn't match their games. Buckets, and you're averaging 4.
You should be named used to get buckets. If that's the case.
Hutchinson was out of bounds. I mentioned Hutchinson here. He also a first-round pick. As the Bulls are trying to figure out who they are, guys, right? Last summer, they make the trade on draft night, sending out Jimmy Butler. You bring in the likes of Zach LaVine and a Chris Dunn. You get some picks. You get Market in. And it looks like the future's bright, but wow, nice spin move by Cleveland. Guys, the decision by the Bulls to match the contract that was put out by Sacramento, your team you played with last year. What are your thoughts on investing so much in a guy who may have the upside but has been injured and not had the opportunity to prove it just yet?
They're willing. They need scoring, and he's proven it. He's gotten better and better, and his ability to score offensively has been unbelievable. I've seen it firsthand. He's scored 30s and 40s. Easy. Shoots the ball. Super athletic.
Well, that big fella, Mari Spellman from outside, as the Bulls have started to cool off a bit.
That with ease.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, LaVine is he's earned the right to earn. He's earned the right to be in the conversation and earn that money. So I'm very happy for him.
All right, the reigning NCAA champion, Amari Spellman, part of a 10-0 Atlanta run. They're right back in it, 43-34, Bulls on top, second quarter.
To enjoy Jack Daniel's honey, you don't have to be a whiskey drinker.
You don't have to know we've been doing this for over 150 years.
You don't have to visit Lynchburg either.
Or know the real story behind our number 7.
And you don't need to know that we use real honey from real bees.
Like I said, you don't have to be a whiskey drinker. You just need a friendly introduction.
Gatorade, with carbs to help fuel your muscles and help you make the leap to the next level. Studied, tested, proven. Nothing beats Gatorade.
It's not just the ships, the armor, or the aircraft. It's something more. It's the will to fight and determination to win, found inside each and every Marine that answers a nation's call. Battles won.
Well, after a hot start by the Bulls, they've missed their last 6 shots. When we get to the regular season, they hope to have this guy who's gotten himself a rich deal. Bulls matching the offer sheet put out by the Sacramento Kings. 4 years, $80 million. Zach LaVine, key part of that Jimmy Butler trade.
Easy hops.
You know, for me, Vince, I was watching Zach LaVine. I was just questioning and worrying about him after this injury. Will he trust his landing after coming off that? Watching him when he first came back from Chicago, he had a play, went down the middle, and he dunked it in his landing. It seemed like he never even thought about it. Then I got a chance to look at Zach LaVine and talk to him. He said, I trust the process of putting in the work in my rehab. I feel good. Also, what I loved about it, you know, he was a young guy who put his name in the draft. Vince. In Minnesota, they were playing him at the point guard position.
Yeah, I remember.
Not saying he's a natural point guard, but to take on that type of commitment, and then now he's moved to the 2. You talk about a guy now as a veteran that's been through some adversity. I thought the Bulls had to match that contract, and I think he's going to be fantastic. This is going to be a breakout year for Zach LaVine.
And I think playing the point guard position helps him in his game as a two-guard. Now he's handling the ball, he gets past defenders. His 1-2 pull-up is smooth. He shot the three well, and obviously he was super athletic.
Shot clock violation there on Atlanta. Bulls have the basketball, 3:15 to go second quarter.
I want to make a point here. They got to the shot clock violation. The one thing Trey is going to have to decipher and understand that, okay, you can dribble to create, but you have to get off it after a while.
Cleveland, another steal, and he's going to put on a show in Vegas.
I am liking Antonius Cleveland.
Taurean Prince enjoyed that over there.
8 points for Cleveland.
But yeah, he can't play with the ball, like you said. If you're going to be the guy, get to your move, just like that.
Trey Young creates the turnover. Can't convert. Back the other way. Melo Trimble out of Maryland. Let's take another look at the athletic play by Antonius Cleveland.
I love this. Nice steal, nice hands. This was comfortable and easy, Vince, huh?
Easy hops. Well, I remember those days. Easy.
Guys, finishing up on Zach LaVine returning to Chicago. Clearly looks like they're starting to truly identify their front line of the future with Markkanen and Wendell Carter Jr. What do we think in this game today, which is so perimeter oriented, about a potential backcourt of Chris Dunn, Zach LaVine?
I think it's perfect. You have Chris Dunn as a bulldog at that point guard position. I thought he really helped himself last year the way he played before the injury. Got a chance to watch him. Oh, it looked like Kaiser Gates hit his head.
Well, Summer League action continues tonight right here in Las Vegas on ESPN and the ESPN app. On ESPN2, you've got Kevin Knox and the Knicks later on tonight against the Lakers. That's the marquee one. People, I think, are already starting to fill up Thomas and Mack. That at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific tonight. Knicks Lakers after the battle of former Vince Carter teams, Kings and Grizzlies.
I love the size of that backcourt, Chris Dunn and Zach LaVine. I love the way Chris Dunn, I think, is tailor-made for a guy like Zach LaVine to get out on the break and run when you have a point guard who will push it.
Right along with Wendell Carter, who can run the floor. After, I think Wendell will create transition opportunities for them with his ability to block shots like that and to start the break for many highlights, not only for Dunn himself, but for LaVine.
I like what they've done, Jared. You mentioned Wendell Carter and Markkanen. They still have Bobby Portis. One of these. I just love watching him play.
Yes.
Then you still have Rob and Lopez, who I thought from his rookie year has improved.
Yeah, this solid, man. He's a solid pro. He's a teammate of mine in Phoenix, and he loves the game. He plays it at one level and one way only. That's in your face, and he's very aggressive.
Jalen Adams out of St. Bonaventures had that fantastic year last year in the A-10. 15-2 Atlanta run.
That's good.
Gates, no good.
Oh, he can really shoot the three.
Oh, miscommunication there between Trey Young and Antonius Cleveland.
Kaiser Gates at Xavier, Jared. He took 109 twos, 300 threes in his career. He really shot
so I
the
guess
three.
He's a three-point shooter, huh?
He shot the three.
Vince, when did you get really comfortable with the three-point shot where you could start taking more than 100 and making more than 100 a year?
I've always had the ability. I guess it just took time for everyone to notice. I mean, when I stepped onto the stage, I wanted to obviously show who I was as a player, or who I am as a player, and that's just being athletic, and everything else would take care of itself eventually. And as I got older, I think Steve, you'll agree to this. You get older, you're not above the rim as much anymore, so you got to work on that jump shot, and it worked out.
All right, Trey Young and the Hawks call timeout. Under a minute to go, first half. Come back with more live in Vegas.
Gatorade. With carbs to help fuel your muscles and help you make the leap to the next level. Studied, tested, proven. Nothing beats Gatorade.
This burger speaks American. 2 flame-grilled beef patties, melted American cheese, beer-flavored creamy tavern sauce, crispy onions, and crispy bacon. The king of burgers meets the king of beers. Introducing the American Brewhouse King, only at Burger King.
YouTube TV, cable-free live TV is here. Try it free.
The WNBA is in full swing. Don't miss a minute of the action. Catch it live by getting your tickets today at WNBA.com/tickets.
The Aces. You gotta give me one of those jerseys.
By the way,
Bill Lambert's.
I want to go to one of the games.
Well, we're giving the WNBA some love. There's word swirling around Vegas today that the G League is going to bring its really best event of the year here to Vegas in December, the G League Showcase over at Mandalay Bay.
Nice.
27 teams in the G League this year. That's an opportunity for so many guys to make a name for themselves. Jalen Adams, the 3 with Gates right in his face. 46 seconds to go, and the Hawks are within 5.
I know Jalen Adams out of St. Bonaventure had a fantastic year. Not a big program, but he's showing right now. I think the Hawks love the way he plays. He's one of those guys that knows how to play. And that Kaiser Gates guy, been knowing him since he was little. And he has an advantage. You know why, Vince? He was a
Trae Young, another triple.
You noticed that, what he just did?
I did notice that. That was kind of nice, Jared.
He created with the shoulder.
Created with a little strength and got the guy off. And it's funny how you see guys like Kaiser Gates, who is a guard when they were younger, and now he's 6'9", still has those guard skills, not been able to handle it, but playing the pick and pop 4 could be very comfortable for him at this next level.
And that's what we're starting to see now. Younger guys are working on, or bigger guys are now working on guard skills.
Trae Young coast to coast, can't convert, but Cleveland there, and it beats the buzzer. Another opportunity. Adams no good. How about this strong finish by the young Hawks, who are looking for their very first win of Summer League. 0-5 to begin things here. But Trae Young, the 5th pick of the draft, trims what was a 19-point first-half deficit down to 3 at the break. Young, 15 in the first half. He hit 4 of 6 from downtown. The 5th pick, making a statement out here on day 5 in Vegas. Coming back with more on NBA TV.
This burger speaks American. 2 flame-grilled beef patties, melted American cheese, beer-flavored creamy tavern sauce, crispy onions, and crispy bacon. The king of burgers meets the king of beers. Introducing the American Brewhouse King, only at Burger King.
You're here to buy a used car, truck, SUV. That's smart. TrueCar can help. It's great for finding a new car, but you already knew that. It's also great for finding the perfect used car. You'll see what a fair price is, and you can connect with a TrueCar certified dealer. So no matter what you're looking for, there it is. This is how buying a used car should be. This is TrueCar.
Summer wants you to slip out of the office and into a swimsuit. It wants bonfires that go way later than they should. Basically, if you're summering with a Corona in hand, you're doing it right. But don't take it from us, take it from Summer.
I was right out of college and I was starting job interviews, and I already noticed that my teeth were starting to shift. When I heard of Smile Direct, I was so excited.
Let Smile Direct Club give you a smile you'll love for 60% less than braces by sending invisible aligners direct to you. Plus, we straighten most smiles in an average of 6 months.
So convenient. You don't have to go to an orthodontist every month. You can go into a Smile shop. They also have a kit that they can ship directly to your house. There's really no excuse to not try it.
Get started for 60% less at SmileDirectClub.com.
We know baseball is your thing, so get more all season long with MLB Extra Innings on DirecTV. That's more for your never miss a moment of the action thing. your watch your favorite teams and players no matter where you live thing. And your live game streaming on your favorite devices with MLB.tv included thing. Because bringing you every milestone and miracle on the screen of your choice, that's our thing. Order MLB Extra Innings on DirecTV.
Copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
We're at the half in a battle between two top 7 picks, the class of 2018. A pair of former number 5 overall picks. Vince Saturday himself, the future Hall of Famer, Vince Carter. We're not starting that clock yet, though.
No, not yet. One more.
Steve Smith. I'm Jared
represent him. He's going 2 more.
All right, guys. Wendell Carter Jr., the 7th pick of the draft for the Bulls. He's got 11 points in this first half. But the story clearly has been Trae Young, who struggled mightily coming into this game, but has hit 4 of 6 from downtown to start. 15 first half points. Smitty, what have you seen today from Trae Young different than the first few games he played?
What I love about him right now is he's not just seeking out these bad long threes. Obviously he has unbelievable range, but I think now is he's more playing to what the game is allow him to play. Let it come naturally. I thought in those first games and suddenly before he got to Vegas, he was just searching out and seeking out these long threes. I love the ability right now to watch him being able to break down guys, take that bump, give bumps, give out some contact, turn that corner, and make a play for somebody else.
And the one thing I think really helped him get comfortable is getting to the free throw line. His first shots of the game were free throws. They weren't three-point shots. And after that, he was locked in and knocking down threes, and he's having a great day.
This one right here, I love this one. This was on balance, off the dribble. These are deep, and then that's where he has to do. Vince talked about it. Get into the lane as a small guard and make a play. Yeah. His passing ability is on point.
Because of his attention, he's going to have to make these plays. I'd like to see this number in assists a little higher.
Antonio Blakeney, the leading scorer for Chicago, as he has been the first 2 games as well. Blakeney 12 points on 5 of 11 shooting. What about Wendell Carter Jr. here, where we saw him with another big block. He's now got 10 in 2.5 games out here in Vegas, right? And we've seen him offensive versatility, right? Right at the rim, stepping outside, BC.
I mean, that's what he is. We knew defensively he protects the paint, and that's going to be great for the Chicago team because when he blocks a shot and they get out in the open, look out, whether it's Levine, Dunn, whatever. So, and he runs the floor extremely well. And offensively, I think he's very comfortable. He shoots the ball extremely well. He's what I expected. And you hear everybody talking about, obviously, Ayton, Mo Bamba, but they're not talking about Wendell Carter. I think he's having a great, great summer league. Yeah, he's a Carter.
There we go. I mean,
and you let him go to Duke, though.
Well, he had to do it.
Well, he chose Duke over Harvard. Not bad options there, huh? Trae Young's got 15. Wendell Carter Jr.'s got 11. We got second half action coming up, featuring 2 top 7 picks in the 2018 NBA draft.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help you rehydrate so you can keep sweating. Study, tested, proven. Nothing beats Gatorade.
You got a side that wants more space, 'cause every day starts like a race. You got a side that loves that style, but to fit in those shoes gonna take a while. Today, life's got you running. Tomorrow, big things are coming. That's why Nationwide is on your side.
Is this AT&T Innovations? Yeah, wow. This must be for one of our new unlimited wireless plans. Comes with a ton of entertainment options. Great, can you sign for this? Yeah.
Hey, what's in that one?
That's a shark.
New and only with AT&T, you can get unlimited data, 30+ channels of live TV, and your choice of things like HBO or Pandora Premium. More for your thing, that's our thing. Visit att.com.
We know baseball is your thing, so get more all season long with MLB Extra Innings on DirecTV. That's more for your never miss a moment of the action thing. Your watch your favorite teams and players no matter where you live thing. And your live game streaming on your favorite devices with MLB.tv included thing. Because bringing you every milestone and miracle on the screen of your choice, that's our thing. Order MLB Extra Innings on DirecTV.
The next wave of NBA stars strut their stuff in Vegas.
I want to leave my mark in Las Vegas Summer League. I've always performed better when the lights are brighter. I just want to leave my impact.
The MGM Resorts NBA Summer League 2018. Coverage continues on NBA TV.
Final day before tournament play begins out here as we welcome you back to NBA TV's continuing coverage of the MGM Resorts NBA Summer League. Wendell Carter Jr.
He showed us a variety.
Of 7 in the first half.
Offensively, defensively, down on the block, blocking shots off the pick and roll. And I think the next step for him is, not that he doesn't have it, you'll get a chance to see his handles. He really prides himself on being able to handle the basketball, Vince. And so this kid is a total package.
And Steve, that's what I want. I wanted to see more so than anything. I want to see him work in the post a little bit. I know he has that ability, but I know Robin Lopez gets some touches down there every now and then, but I'm sure they're going to give him an opportunity to work in the post as well. And I would like to see him work on his post game here in Summer League as well.
The Bulls were up by as many as 19 in the first half, but a 23-7 Atlanta run over the final 7 minutes cut the deficit to 3 at the break. Amari Spellman just beat the shot clock. Bulls bench wanted a 3-second violation.
Spellman has had a mismatch down there. I'd like to see him get, he was deep enough. Just go attack the rim. Attack the rim. You have a smaller guard, make him foul you. Instead, he brought the ball back down, giving him an opportunity.
He's young. He got so excited.
Exactly.
He saw that young guy.
Got him.
Gotta take this shot.
Put the ball right in his face.
Vince, go back to the vivid memory I have last year of you right after you signed with Sacramento, and you came out here to Vegas, you sat on the bench, and you fired up the young Kings. And, you know, some may want to mock or joke about winning a Summer League championship, what the value is, but you certainly don't want to go winless. And right now the Hawks are in a position where they've lost 3 in Utah. They've lost the first 2 out here in Vegas. Trae Young, the nice fake, the step back by Young, and that is his 5th three-pointer here.
He's starting to heat up. I mean, it's coming comfortable. For a young guy who can shoot the ball like that, the pump fake is the best play in basketball to get guys to come out there and
especially for him with his ability to shoot. Steph uses it a lot, as well as his dad. I played with his dad, and his dad was great at the pump fake and separation dribble for 3.
Well, Jalen Morris was trying to battle for one of the last coveted roster spots with the Hawks. He got a contract after a couple of 10 days last year. But Vince, you're thinking last year that you wanted to set the tone with that young team when he came out here to Vegas and show support. And this young Hawks team, you know, whether they go on to win the title here out in Vegas or not, you want to leave here with some confidence.
For sure. And one of the things I wanted to do is get with the likes of De'Aaron Fox first and foremost, as well as Frank Mason, who are the point guards, and introduce myself and talk with them and say, hey, teach them how to lead their team. I don't care how old you are. You're the face of the franchise, and you're the future. Run your team. So one of the things I wanted to do with them is in a timeout, whether things were going well for them or not.
Hutchinson, the nice move, getting past Landau.
I would tell them, I said, go talk to your team. I don't care what you talk about. Go talk to your team. They need to hear your voice. They need to see you front and center before the coaches walk into the huddle. And I think seeing De'Aaron late in the season start to do that, dictate, put guys in their places. That's what they want to see, and I think he started to mature even more as a player.
You know, for me, Jared, just looking at this roster for the Atlanta Hawks, and we just listened to Vince Carter talk about how much a veteran can help some of these young guys. The Atlanta Hawks need to find themselves a veteran to help some of these young guys. You're going to have a coach in Lloyd Pierce, who I think is fantastic, Melvin Hunt, great coaching staff, and Chris Gent. But you want to have that coach down on the end that they get a chance to listen to as well.
Great ball movement by the Hawks. Tied up at 54. Jock Landau out of St. Mary's College, the Australian, was the West Coast Conference Player of the Year.
I agree. A veteran right now with all of this talent would help these guys when they're struggling, because you come to a bench, and being that Lloyd, this is his first year. They can only do so much. You have assistants, and all of that matters. But the biggest thing is when you're sitting at the end of the bench and the coaches are doing what they do, your veteran must come in and say, hey, this is what we're doing. Hey, think about this when you're going through different situations.
Remember Lloyd Pierce on the bench with Brett Brown as they went through the quote-unquote process in Philly. And one of the big criticisms of the Sixers rebuild when they were tearing it down, as Blake Name gets the bucket there, was that there was a refusal to bring in veterans. There wasn't anybody there until Brian Colangelo came in and started to say, we need to have that in place.
And then they brought in Elton Brand.
Right.
I agree. I think your veterans are important, obviously on the court, but at the end of the bench right now, when you bring in, let's say, Trae Young struggling throughout the first 2 games of Summer League here, what do you do?
You're not struggling shooting it right now, though.
Three-pointer, and the Hawks have a 1-point lead.
But one thing I see with him, he has his balance. He has his feet under him. Yes, he can shoot that far, but he's on balance. But yeah,
Wendell Carter Jr. will go to the line for 1 more.
So what do you do? You talk to him and you just say, hey, you just like things that we're talking about, you make aware of. And that's the beautiful thing about having the coaches here. And Lloyd is getting the opportunity to coach from the sideline. He's not the head coach, but in the games, in regular season, that won't be the case. So that's where your veteran plays.
You see how deep that is,
guys. Trae Young came into this Summer League game 6 of 35 from downtown over his first 5 games. Trae Young is 6 of 9 tonight.
There was so much on what type of shots you were taking. He was rushing and hunting threes right now. Now he's coming into the flow. And now he's feeling it. And when you knock down these many threes, Jared, right now, any pump fake, any eyes looking at the rim right now, will have the defense coming up. Now he can make a decision to drive it. He has them right now where he wants to, right where he wants the defense.
Oh, there.
See, that's one of those ones there. He had the bounce, but he didn't have the balance.
Well, why they run the pick and roll there when you had the mismatch for both Spellman and for Young, and then they set up the pick and roll and got the mismatch Chicago wanted?
Yeah, they got right back on their guys. You went small back to big and big back to small, and that's where I think that basketball IQ, Jared, you got to be a leader in that. I'm Trae Young, and I'm going to bring it out. I'm going to tell the pick not to come.
A nice feed by Young.
And also he has to learn, Vince, right now. He's going. Now you have to get somebody else going right now. He's going, and as a point guard at that position, find a way to get Spellman going. Find a way to get other guys some easy shots.
I agree. And that's what I would tell him. I said, yeah, scoreboard looks good, 21 points. You're going to get your shots, but I look in that assist column, and I look in that turnover column. That's important.
4 assists for Trae Young. How about this? Playmaking ability by the Atlanta Hawks and the 5th pick of the 2018 draft, finding Alpha Keba. The Hawks and Bulls tied at 59, under 6 minutes to play, 3rd quarter.
His is the oldest registered distillery in the United States. From a place where the water is cool, clean, and iron-free. Perfect for making Tennessee whiskey. Charcoal mellowed drop by drop for smooth sipping. Which is not the easy way. But it's his way.
From the time I was like 9 years old until I was probably 14, the majority of that time was spent in an orthodontist office, which is the most awkward point of anyone's life to begin with. I was right out of college and I was starting job interviews and meeting a bunch of new people, and I already noticed that my teeth were starting to shift. My parents spent all that money and it was kind of all for a waste. So when I heard of Smile Direct, I was so excited.
At Smile Direct Club, we believe everyone deserves a smile they'll love. That's why for 60% less than braces, we send invisible aligners directly to you. We straighten most smiles in an average of 6 months.
I was so excited to know that there was a company that was #1 affordable and #2 so convenient. You don't have to go to an orthodontist every month. You can go into a smile shop. They also have a kit that they can ship directly to your house. There's really no excuse to not try it.
Get your confidence back risk-free. Our smile guarantee ensures that if aligners aren't a good fit for you, you get your money back.
Having straight teeth was such a great feeling.
Get started at SmileDirectClub.com for as low as $80 a month.
Well, if you didn't believe that you should take pause before judging what a player will be in his career after 5 Summer League games, this will be the case study you use. Trae Young has caught fire tonight, and here trying to create again.
A little anxious.
Also, Chicago's number 34, Wendell Carter Jr.
But that's the ability with Trae Young of having him, his ability to shoot. You can put him off the ball, particularly if you have another guard. Or is this somebody?
He's limping, by the way.
Yeah, he took a little spill.
Fell on top of him.
Big fella came and fell on him, and it's interesting right now. He's playing off the ball. Jalen Adams at the point, and most point guards just struggles with guarding guys that don't have it in their hands.
A good defender on here in Arcidiacono. Trae Young gives it up. Here comes Chicago. 5.5 to go, third quarter.
I think right there he had a layup. Trying to be a little too unselfish.
Blake to Hutchinson. Hutchinson looking to create, but he traveled.
Caught in the air.
He did.
Back in my day, that close to the rim.
Yeah, you got to try.
No such thing.
Not caught in the air.
I'm going for the rim. If I'm stuck, there's a rim right there.
By the way, you wanted to bring up, because you don't get enough of it, we never do. 18 years ago in September, there's Adams.
What happened?
That's a long 2.
18 years ago.
18 years ago. Is
September.
Was that
Olympics. September 25th.
Oh, wow.
Talking about the dunk over Frederick Weiss. Let's go to Raz Goldambudi.
Well, Jalen Adams just hit that jumper. He signed a 2-way contract with the Hawks and got to cover him at St. Bonaventure, had an incredible run, and his mother, Yolanda, was at every game during his college career, and she continues to do that now at Summer League, and she played ball, knows the game, and I just spoke with her. What are you telling your son now? And she said, well, the minutes he's playing is different, so I'm talking to him about finding rhythm within the shorter time opportunity he has now as opposed to in college. And she said, you know, as a basketball mom, I also tell him to sit down and play some defense. So he's got a coach in the stands and a coach on the court, but she's been wonderful for him, and it's a beautiful basketball family.
That's nice.
A fun ride that the Bonnies had.
How huge is that to have a mom that understands the game? Maybe that might be hard, though.
Imagine that conversation home. Yeah, I saw your game last night.
But she talked about him being effective in shorter minutes because he won't have that time like he had.
And he won't have the touches either.
He won't have the touches. That's a hard thing as a young guys coming in, not getting that much playing time and also not getting that many touches.
Well, a tough Sunday outing for Adams. He was 3 of 14 from the field, but today, the product out of St. Bonaventure, 3 of 4 from downtown, 4 of 6 from the field, 11 points. If your mom doesn't know that much about basketball or can't talk to you about how to be more efficient with your time on the court, you become a broadcaster. Blakeney with the offensive foul. They're going to put it on Arcidiacono.
The offensive fouls on Chicago's number 51, Ryan Arcidiacono. His 4.
You didn't like that one, Smitty?
What's that?
I thought that would be right up your alley. I thought you'd like that one.
I did like it. I was trying to let the game play. I didn't want to step on your toes.
Here's Jalen Adams, the co-player of the year from the Atlantic 10, averaged 19 points, about almost 44% from downtown. Morris,
he's got a nice solid game. Morris.
And great job by Wendell Carter, taking on the challenge, moving his feet, not allowing Adams to get deep into the paint.
First touchdown on the block in the second half.
This is what I want to see.
Against Haba.
Nice move.
Very nice. Very nice. He's got 16.
I think it's needed. He get some work down there in the post because he's gonna see that. He's gonna have some stronger guys guarding him, and he's got to figure out how to go. First of all, he has to find a go-to move down there in the post. Obviously, you know him a little better than I do. I don't know if he has a go-to move yet for the NBA. You know, there's a difference. I think a lot of guys had go-to moves in college and things. It translates. Yeah, it's possible when you work on it. You work on body positioning, and all that. But this is something I think he needs to continue to do in Summer League.
We've got a long way to go for the Bulls to reach their potential. As you're looking at on the right, Thomas and Mack. You've got Sacramento and Memphis over on ESPN2. We're live with you on NBA TV as Antonius Cleveland, or pardon me, Jalen Adams hits the triple for Atlanta.
He's having a nice game. He's a solid game from Jalen Adams.
Atlanta up
14 points.
Atlanta up by 5, pardon me, Smitty, after being down by 19 in the first half. But the thought of trying to be different than the upper echelon teams in this league, the potential down the road, of course, but Biggs and Markkanen, Wendell Carter Jr., that's not trying to the same mold as the Houstons and Golden States with, lanky perimeter players that all shoot threes.
I look at this, Jared. I'm glad you brought that up. We're 3 happy now in this era of NBA basketball. I'm okay with anything that you can do well. There's a lot of teams right now that's following the Golden State Warriors, and I don't see three-point shooters to even no one's going to have the magnitude of a Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and a Klay Thompson. But I look at a lot of teams on offense and saying they're playing to shooting threes, and that's not their strength.
Right.
They don't have a lot of guys that can shoot the three. I think the best coaches in this league is coaches who every year look at what they have, Vince, and create an offense for the product they have on the floor versus trying to be a copycat league and try to do what the Golden State Warriors do.
Blakeney follows with the 3 after Alpha Kaba got the bucket for Atlanta.
Well, I'm going to say I like Kaba. First of all, he attacks the rim. If he's close to the rim, he's going to dunk the ball.
Out of France.
Yeah, I agree 100% with that because everybody says they want to have a franchise and a team like the Golden State Warriors. First of all, the guys that you put on the court, are they willing to sacrifice their games for the good of the team and win? That's what they do.
Adams,
and that's what they have done.
Mid-range game.
Getting into the paint, creating for himself. These guards, if they get downhill, they're getting the shots, and they're going to start opening up shots for their bigs as well.
Ooh.
Well, it's Atlanta up by 4. It's been a fun show between Wendell Carter Jr. and Trae Young. We'll look back to a couple of events from the past when we come back.
Let me tell you something, Mean Gene. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to leave it all on the mat because that's what I do when I get it done so I can do it. Yeah! I'm on a new level. Give your head a Mountain Dew kickstart.
Find the remote yet?
Nah. Oh, honey, look, your old portable CD player.
Oh, wow.
Hey, my high school retainer.
Oh, don't.
What?
It's early 90s sitcom star Dave Coulier.
Cut it out. What year is it?
As long as stuff gets lost in the couch, you can count on Geico saving folks money. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Hey, ready?
Ready.
Ready? Vamos. Paloma. Darla.
Ready? Ready.
The Junior NBA World Championship. 32 elite boys and girls teams from around the globe will compete
for a chance to be named Junior NBA World Champions.
The Junior NBA World Championship. Get ready.
Ready on 3. In, on, set, ready.
We got a good one, a 4-point game. 2:34 to go, third quarter. Vince Carter, Steve Smith, Jared Greenberg, Roz Goldman-Woody on the sidelines as well. Now this, a much different affair than back in November when Vince Carter's Sacramento Kings, sans insanity, he did not play. But the Atlanta Hawks earned their most lopsided win in franchise history, beating Vince Carter's Kings, sans Vince Carter, by 46 points.
Wait, what does it say at the bottom?
DMP was an excuse.
What was my excuse?
Kidney stones.
It was. I had a rough day.
You wanted no part
and then
of
you're
those.
going to put it up on the big screen.
I love this. Well, that's not our guys. That's the guys here.
Oh, you guys are
doing
great.
that.
Look at Dedmon.
Excuse.
20 and 14.
John Collins had a solid game.
Got him some buckets.
He did. He is a. What was his name? 20 and 10.
First name 20, last name 10. That's what I gave him. That was the nickname I gave him.
Man, he is that.
The tip by Cleveland. Well, you know, it's those type of games that give people trouble with teams saying they're building towards the future, because are players accepting of accountability of why that's a bad loss? And even though
that's not a bad loss. It's worse than a bad loss.
Well, what would you call that 46-point loss?
Unacceptable?
Yeah, well, I don't have a clean version on air.
I've been through one of them. We with the Miami Heat, we lost to Cleveland. I don't know the number. It was 50, 55, most in NBA history. I could not understand what went on. I mean, for me, it's because the reason why is Lenny Wilkins, the classy Lenny Wilkins, I got a chance to play with. He was coaching Cleveland, and they were trying everything they could not to run the score. They were running shot clock down to like 2, and then just throw up something and it kept going in. So, and all the players were trying to say, we're not trying. And we were playing hard. Vince, it was my rookie year. I could not believe we
just couldn't score.
Couldn't score.
Did your kidney stones feel better or worse after seeing that result?
About the same. Because I was in a lot of pain.
Jalen Marisol.
I don't think it could get any worse.
That's a serious injury people don't talk a lot about.
Man. The first time it happened to me, my second or third year in the league, I called my mom and
gave it the block.
I said, thank you, and I understand now. It was that painful. It's like it's close to delivering a kid that a man will ever feel. But let me tell you.
Okay, I was wondering where you were going with this one, Vince.
Yeah.
It's close to delivering a kid
that a man will ever feel.
Okay.
That is the last pick of the 2017 NBA draft. Alpha Caba's doing it on both ends of the court here for the
attacking the rim.
Atlanta up by 11 after trailing by 19 in the first half. More solid defense. That time of Amari Spellman out of Villanova. By the way, that game you were talking about, Smitty, with you and Miami taking on Cleveland.
How much did we lose by?
68.
Oh, my goodness.
Thanks. I appreciate you.
Hold it. Is that made up?
No, it's not.
That's a real number? 68 is the number.
It's a real record. You don't feel so bad about 46 now, do you?
Can you pull up the box score? It was ugly, Vince.
There's a 3 by Kaiser Gates.
Let me tell you what's so special about Kaiser Gates. I've been knowing this young guy for a long time. His teammate in high school was Kobe Simmons, who's with the Memphis Grizzlies.
Okay, yeah.
His other teammate was Malik Beasley, that was in Denver. And all their parents are here, and I remember those parents being with these kids since they were young. They just came over and talked to me about how special it is. They got a chance to see 3 of their kids
all right.
At the pro level right now. That's special.
What was the final score there?
Oh, there you go, Vince.
That would be a 148-80. Spellman from downtown. The big fella no good. 13 seconds to go. Shot clock off here.
That is unreal.
Chicago with the basketball. They trail 77-69. Blakeney, who's been the go-to offensive spark for the Bulls, trying to create the scoop to the hoop for the deuce with 0.7 to go in the quarter.
Would you say he's in the mode of Williams? That's good. Ooh,
Lou Williams.
Lou Williams.
He's in that mode.
He scores that easy.
Well, Blakeney has got 23 points as he is creating for the Bulls, who led by 19 in the first half, but trail it by 6 as we go to the fourth quarter, led by the 21 of Trae Young and 6 threes. Atlanta in the driver's seat going to the final period.
Every day is a new mountain. And sure, you can think about how big it is, how daunting, how challenging, or you can face it. So everyone gets to where they need to go with standard 7-passenger seating. And no one runs out of battery with available wireless charging. And you'll stay the course with optional 8-inch touchscreen navigation. Because when you're in a Sorrento, there's no mountain in life that can't be conquered.
I am the DQ Summer Blizzard menu. With flavors like Twix and cotton candy, I am one reason summer nights were invented. The other reason? Convertibles. Because I'm not fast food. I am fan food. I am the DQ Summer Blizzard menu. With flavors like Twix and cotton candy, I am one reason summer nights were invented. The other reason? Convertibles. Because I'm not fast food. I am fan food.
Day 5, final day before tournament play here in Vegas. Atlanta in the dark black jerseys, Chicago in the white jerseys. A delay of game warning called coming out of the fourth quarter.
Against the Hawks?
Against the Hawks.
Not getting out of the huddle quick enough?
Yeah. So 10 minutes on the clock, final 10 here. It's a 6-point lead for the Hawks, who have been led by the 21 points by Trae Young. He's got 6 threes, matching the total he had over his first 5 games of Summer League. Jarnell Stokes, 28 NBA regular season games spread out over 4 years. Here's Trae Young. Matched up on Stokes, turns the corner, kicks it out. Spellman wide open, the big fella puts it on the ground. And then finds a cutting Trae Young, and he blows the layup, but Kaba, the 60th pick of the 2017 draft.
I like him.
Man, he is attacking the rim. I love it. A big man that dunks everything.
Foul on Kaba there. But this execution by Chris Jensen's squad, Summer League coach for the Hawks.
Nice
Spellman.
back door.
Great awareness from Trae Young. You have a big on you, but they're in their mind, they want to be as close to the rim to protect it. Turns his head. Next thing you know, he sees Trae Young going to the rim.
34, Carter Jr. back into the Bulls lineup.
Melo Trimble, sorry.
Interesting, watching him in college when he was younger. He was getting his way. I just wanted to see if he can find him a home somewhere to get a chance to showcase his talents. Nice pass.
Spellman off. Bulls down by 4.
How many shot attempts for Wendell Carter, Jared? It just seems like he's not getting enough
6
touches.
of 10. Here's Spellman. Hawks come the other way. Laying is up and good by Jalen Adams.
I just think 6 of 10. He has to get more touches. He might not get shots, but he just needs to touch
Let
it
him
more.
create the offense for someone else.
Jalen Adams now tied for the team high 21 points with Trae Young. Now Trimble to Wendell Carter Jr. There's that shot attempt, but it comes too late. Good defense by the Atlanta Hawks.
Sensing a little frustration with Wendell Carter. He had the post up bench, they didn't get it.
The one thing I would like to see him, he has to sit down though. He's allowing the big to swim move over him. And these are little things that they have to learn, and he will learn.
Guys, we just showed you Kevin Herter, who was the other first-round pick by the Hawks this year. They had 3 of them. Another Maryland product. Good shooter, but he's recovering from torn ligaments in his right hand. Oh, the big-time throwdown from the 30th pick of the 2018 draft, Spellman.
There it is, Trae Young getting downhill into the paint, creating easy baskets for his bigs.
Being a point guard.
Guys, it's pretty clear.
He had a layup.
Yeah, nice layup.
Pulled up there. Pretty clear what Travis Schlenk. Versatility, but shooters, right? They're encouraging your guys to shoot. You know what Trae Young brings to the table. Kevin Herter out of Maryland is a guy who shot 50% from the field as a sophomore.
He's skillful.
42% from 3.
I know he's injured right now, but he has good side. He's very skillful.
Yeah, he said that wrist, which he had surgery on back in June, he'll get reevaluated in a couple of weeks. He says he's been feeling really good. They're taking a conservative approach with his recovery and rehab.
Yeah, but see, he's allowing the big to push him out of the way. So as a guard, or as a post feeder, let me say, and I see the big defender swimming or acting like he's trying to get in there, I'm not going to throw that ball.
You don't want to throw it to him.
I'm not throwing that in there.
After Matt Williams Jr. missed on the 3, they got it back to him for the lay-in, undrafted, out of UCF. Great recovery. Guys, take a look at the hustle awareness of the Chicago Bulls to create second chance points.
Kickball results on the shot clock reset to 14 seconds.
Very nice.
Timeout, Atlanta.
So that was Dante Ingram, right?
Yes.
Out of Loyola, Chicago.
They had a run in March Madness. Sister Jean, they were rolling.
And Dante Ingram had a big part. Remember that buzzer beater in the first round? Here's Trae Young. His shot gets deflected. Londale, no good.
Great job staying down.
Londale did an unbelievable job. Good run by Hutchinson. Has to have something in mind to go to.
7 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Hawks 83, Bulls 77. Jalen Adams got 21. So does Trae Young for the Hawks. Adams looking out on the perimeter.
Okay, nice move.
First time since the first quarter we've called Robert Johnson's name out of Indiana. 4-year product for the Hoosiers. Wendell Carter Jr. from downtown. All net for the big fella.
He can shoot it.
I mean, he can flat out shoot it.
Yeah.
Wendell Carter Jr.'s got 19.
Seems like an easy stroke right there for Carter Jr.
Trae Young breaking down Dante Ingram.
See, here's the one thing about the ISO, particularly with a young team.
3 on the clock.
Nice.
Very nice. You put yourself deep into the shot clock where you have to now throw up a time bomb. Or somebody's going to end up with a time bomb. It worked out right here this time.
And on that play, I thought Trae was probing for a shot versus just probing to make the play that comes natural.
Yes.
If he'd have just blew past his defender, because of his size, ball handle, it's going to be hard to body a young guy, especially with the new rules. He should be able to get where he wants to make the next play. Or Steve Nash, keep your dribble.
Right.
Come on around, Jared, and then find someone else.
Because I always say you're not going to post up to any of the point guards in this league. There's very few guys that I think you're going to post up. He'll see more post-ups against him more so than he can post up against someone else.
Mentioned that this is the 6th Summer League game for the Hawks after playing in Utah. They're now here in Vegas and looking for their first win. Maybe that added playing time together has helped with some chemistry. Only 2 turnovers for the Hawks in the second half so far after 6 in the first half. Wendell Carter Jr.
Got to get in the ball.
Got to touch it more.
21 for the 7th pick out of Duke. Many Hawks fans wondered if he would be a good fit for Atlanta when they owned the 3rd pick. Remember, they swapped it out with Dallas. Mavs took Luka Doncic at 3. Trae Young, the floater.
I think that has to be a pass. I mean, you got to make a play for someone else.
Ingram. Out to Blakeney.
I mean, he's born to score. He's born to score.
Well, Blakeney's got 23, but he missed there.
Watch LSU a lot, Jerry. And I didn't see enough Antonio Blake because it was always the Ben Simmons show. Had the basketball in his hands.
How about the versatility of the big fella?
Yeah, stepped in at 1-2, holding his follow through. That's what he can do. He's showing it.
Nice little pump fake, drive it. Wendell Carter showing us the total package. Hawks down, up 4. We'll be right back.
This burger speaks American. 2 flame-grilled beef patties, melted American cheese, beer-flavored creamy tavern sauce, crispy onions, and crispy bacon. The king of burgers meets the king of beers. Introducing the American Brewhouse King, only at Burger King.
In an era of online retail where everything is just a few clicks away, buying a car should be no different. That's why at Carvana, you can buy a car 100% online. We made it easy to browse, view, and buy from over 10,000 cars. You can even trade in your old car, all while binge watching your favorite TV show. Afterwards, we'll deliver your car to you. Or you can pick it up from one of our car vending machines. Either way, your car comes with a 7-day return policy. So grab a seat, relax in your comfy pants, and enjoy the new way to buy a car at Carvana.
Give your head a Mountain Dew kickstart.
Whoa. Your one item would be the name your price tool?
It helps people save on car insurance. Why wouldn't it save me?
Why? What would you bring? A boat?
Huh.
5:15 to go on day 5, fourth quarter. Hawks Line 21 of Trey Young, leading by 4 after trailing by 19. Jalen Morris tied with a team high, 21 points.
See Wendell Carter, 21 points, 8 for 12, 2 assists, 5 rebounds, and a few blocks. I mean, it's a great day. Of course, Trey Young having a day today, giving their team a chance to win with 5 minutes left.
To correct myself, Jalen Morris with 12 points. Jalen Adams has 21 points.
You know, it's interesting right now, looking at Trey Young, Vince, and Jared, and also Wendell Carter. I want to see now, as these young guys, who can make the winning plays in a close game down the stretch. This is where the coaching staff is obviously going back. They have talent. They've established that, and we've seen that. But now, how can you win games down the stretch, the ball games?
And I say particularly for Trey Young right now, because he's at the point guard position. Wendell Carter's not going to have the ball. I mean, they can feature him in the post, which I think they should, and get him more touches. But defensively, that's where I think Carter Jr. could put his stamp on the game as well.
Rare second half turnover by Atlanta, just its third, leads to an opportunity at the free throw line for Dante Ingram. Ingram, 4 years, Loyola Chicago. Last year averaged just 11 points, but shot 39% from 3.
His former high school teammates with Jabari Parker. They had an unbelievable high school team when you start to look at Dante Ingram, Jabari Parker, also the kid Nunn from the Golden State Warriors.
They're all the same team?
They were all on the same team.
Yeah, Ingram coming off the bench the year they win the state title.
Can you imagine that he came off the bench at his size in high school?
Kaba getting back involved. Morris in the corner. Spellman, the big fella, corner 3 ball, no good. Kaba.
He's going to the rim.
The bucket opportunity for the freshman.
We just put up the draft picks. We didn't have this young guy who went 60th for the Atlanta Hawks. He's been pretty good for the 60th pick. Clearing out space, Vince, grabbing it, keeping it up high, big fella, go at it.
That's it. Have a motor.
Frederick Weiss here. Right? You said you had a question you wanted to ask Smitty.
You're crazy.
I love that.
How come you guys didn't tell me during the Olympics when that happened, the dunk, the entire game, nobody said a word about me jumping over Frederick Weiss? Like,
to
the entire game, to me. Like, I had no idea until after the game that it happened. Like,
can you believe
no,
hear me out.
Yeah,
we got to hear him out. Let me hear
okay,
this
so
out. You had no idea you jumped over a 7-footer.
I promise. I promise.
Hey, Jerry.
Ingram shot.
No idea.
I knew I dunked it, but I thought I was going to get hung.
When you scraped your knee on his teeth, you didn't think that maybe...
They cleared him.
Cleared. I had no idea. I thought I was going to be short and I was going to get hung. That's what I was thinking about. So I never actually saw
the dunk go in.
No, I saw it go in, but I didn't see him.
Well,
I thought he moved. I promise. I thought he moved. So when I jumped, I remember bumping him, and yeah, that was it. But nobody said anything the entire game from then on.
Yeah, because we had never seen anything. What do you mean? I'm telling you, Jared. I saw the steal.
Spellman beats the shot clock.
I think it was Allen Houston. I said, ooh, Vince, this about to be special. And then when the dunk happened, the guys on the bench had no reaction. KG had a reaction, obviously. But from my angle watching it, because I wasn't on the court.
We had this angle.
We had this angle.
Yeah.
And I'm going, no, he didn't. Jared, he just jumped over. And I
had
kind of did like this to Allen Houston.
No idea.
How often people ask you about that?
Can you go back to it? You keep saying he didn't have any idea.
I promise. Until after the game, I was like, wait a minute. I jumped over him because I thought he took the charge and either failed or moved out of the way. I didn't know he was still standing there.
So when you would see a 7-footer fall if he take a charge.
Right. So when I turned around, I was excited. So here's the story. I was so excited that I actually made the dunk. And KG was excited, obviously, because I jumped over him.
KG was excited just because he was excited.
Yeah, exactly. But we were celebrating two different things. That was the thing. He was celebrating what he
saw.
What he saw. I was celebrating that I made the dunk and didn't get hung. How about that?
Half a man, half amazing is celebrating he didn't get hung.
Yeah, I might have. I thought I jumped too far out.
you want to ask after the game Alpha Cable what his memories of that dunk were?
Was he old enough? Yeah. You sure?
Mm-hmm. Wait, that happened 18 years ago.
How old is he?
20?
22.
22?
He has no idea at 2 years old.
I would imagine.
You said 20.
I would imagine that
22. He's 4.
Oh, he was 4.
People in France have
probably not
seen the video once or twice.
Yeah, now.
Here's Kaba
to the rim.
Ooh. Now you got to dunk that big fella. Man. Come on now.
He's had 3, 4 dunks, and you can lay that one up. No way.
How about the young big men the Hawks have? John Collins and Spellman and Kaba, who the pick last year. Take our final timeout here. Final 2:32 of the Bulls and Hawks with Atlanta behind Trae Young's 21, lead at 94-86.
Get up! This is where a kid fell down and a champion got out.
This is where shoes to fill became footsteps to follow.
The Golden State Warriors select Stephen Curry.
This is where ego was laid to rest. And humility rose in its place. But my mind is where every challenge I've ever faced has been won or lost.
You got a side that wants more space, 'cause every day starts like a race. You got a side that loves that style, but to fit in those shoes gonna take a while. Today, life's got you running. Tomorrow, big things are coming. That's why Nationwide is on your side.
At Wingstop, we don't just make wings. We make wings worth obsessing over, because every order is made fresh. We don't start till you say go. Just like we've been doing for more than 20 years. We make it our way. And in doing so, make it irresistible. Wingstop, the wing experts. Try the Bringin' It Boneless Bundle, just $16.99 for a limited time.
The Summer League Tournament begins tomorrow right here from Las Vegas on NBA TV, ESPNU, ESPN2, and the ESPN app. Check it out a variety of times. Late tonight, you'll find out the brackets, the pairings, where to win or go home. Vegas style. Jalen Morris for the Hawks. He drives nice move.
Big time.
Hawks up 10. By the way,
that was a dummy down version of your move just now.
He was dummy down.
Dummy down.
He went too fast.
I want to mention before we run out of time here that as much as we've been talking about Vince 18 years ago, one of the greatest dunks of all time, new challenge in life. Not done with basketball yet, but want to wish you good luck. Later this week, the American Century Championship, where the best non-golf athletes go to compete. And you have one mission there.
How do you just describe that non-golf athletes?
Well, non-professional golfers, but they are professional athletes. That's understood what I meant.
Sort
of. As you embark on your first ever appearance there, you realize that you don't have to win, but you can't finish behind Charles Barkley.
I'm okay with that. I feel confident. Feel confident that I can do that. I can accomplish that.
He quickly said, "I'm okay with that challenge."
Yeah.
Strip. But
you been practicing?
Of course. Not this morning. Oh. With all that rain yesterday.
Oh my goodness.
But I've been playing every day, and then I'll be out on somebody's golf course tomorrow morning.
Steph Curry's going to be there. Del Curry.
You know the problem I would have, Jared? Walking 18.
Oh, there you go.
Why are the great three-point shooters of our game also great golfers? Dante Ingram, the three, by the way, 96-86. Ray Allen.
Steph.
Vince, the 8th most threes in NBA history. Is there any sort of correlation?
I know one guy that's a great three-point shooter, cannot hit a golf ball.
Reggie Miller.
I don't know Reggie's game or not. He works for us also.
3D.
What'd you think, Jared?
Golfers only. Well, Vince, you got a big decision here, huh? Free agency?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the phone call just to see my options and see what's out there. I just want to continue my career and just, I want to help the team. Obviously, if I can get on a team to compete for a championship, that would be great. But I just want to play again. I just want to continue to play.
So we were looking at two or three.
That left toe, right?
Well, what's the mindset, Vince? Like you said, just want to help a team. Is it a team? And let's even go geography. Is it Western Conference, Eastern Conference?
Opportunity right now.
Warm city, cold city.
Warm is always good for your bones.
There you go.
I will say that. But, no, it's just opportunity. What's out there. I know free agency, the money, it's not like we thought it was going to be. So I just stay in my lane, just wait for my opportunity, wait for that phone call. So
how much?
I've become a patient person, so I'm patient.
Is there
still waiting
a championship focus? Is that obviously something?
Obviously, you want that opportunity,
right.
But in reality, if it's not there, it's not there. I want to continue to play the game because I love it. Obviously, every player that plays this game, goal is to one day have to win a championship. So
Cleveland no good. Bulls ball, down 8, 1:08 to go. They led by 19 in the first half.
Little bump. Right idea.
Is there a certain style, Vince, of play you're looking at?
I wish we could go back to the old school where the game was slowed down a little bit.
41 years old, 20 seasons. Didn't see that one coming.
He's looking to play for Coach Mike Fratello back in Cleveland.
Old
Eastern 65, 64.
Yeah, slow down. Look for a post-up. No, I mean, I'm willing. I've played in pretty much every style of play that possible, so I'm comfortable in any style. Would I prefer? Yeah. I just prefer to just be out there and play.
We'll give you a crazy number here as we're 42 seconds to go, and Hawks trying to put this one away. Trae Young's got 21 points. Vince Carter needs 325 points. Oh, Trae Young with his 7th three, and that'll put this one away.
Did he say
Hawks up 99-88.
He said he can't guard me.
I was going to tell you that Vince Carter needs 325 points to pass Jerry West, 21st on the all-time.
That's doable, for sure.
I can hit a few threes.
Yes.
Like Trae Young.
Take 10 of them.
His is the oldest registered distillery in the United States. From a place where the water is cool, clean, and iron-free. Perfect for making Tennessee whiskey. Charcoal mellowed drop by drop for smooth sipping. Which is not the easy way. But it's his way.
Hey, Chris, how's the move going? I get it. New house, new truck, but it looks like you can use a breather. Let's roll. I can change it.
You cool? You like it?
I never wanna hear you say that, hey, you guys need help?
No, we're good.
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Tell me why. Ain't nothing but a mistake.
Well, through 5 Summer League games, the Hawks had not won, and Trae Young had hit just 6 three-pointers just moments ago.
Let's look how deep it is.
5th pick of the draft, hit his 7th of the game.
Whenever you're around any logos and you're shooting from you,
that's a different three-point line.
It's different.
Yeah.
Trae Young with his most productive game of the 2018 NBA Summer League so far with 24 points. 7 of 19 from the field, 7 of 13 from 3.
Hammer action. Ooh, well played. Well played.
We're waiting for that one.
Yep.
Gotta go quick.
Blakeney high off the glass, no good. Wendell Carter Jr. there for the putback. Wendell Carter Jr. with 23 points.
Shoot, you're down 9. It shouldn't be a dribble. It should have been a foul back here.
Yes.
Half court.
Gonna get an opportunity here to see Junior Robinson as he checks in for the first time today for the Hawks. Junior is one of the great stories about college basketball last year. Mount St. Mary's, 5'5".
Okay.
Junior Robinson checks into the
Northeast Conference Player of the Year at the Mountain.
They should give him the ball.
I just love to
so
see.
he can get fouled.
I can see a little bit of Robinson at that size.
5'5", averaged 22 points a game in his senior year.
Getting it done.
Blakeney here with the Bulls down 11. The 3 ball.
Get it to him.
He's right there.
Fouling.
It's foul. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at the athleticism.
Okay.
Robinson coming from that mayhem style for the Mountaineers.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
All right.
And for the first time in the summer of 2018, the Atlanta Hawks Summer League squad has come away with a win, 101-93, a breakout performance by Trae Young. 7 3-pointers, 24 points for the 5th pick of the draft. Well, Vince Carter certainly saw confident, composed Trae Young.
It's got to feel good for him to kind of shake off the last couple of games. And obviously hearing what a lot of people are saying is he that good? Can he do this? Can he do that? And I think we all feel, watching him in the beginning, getting free throws to start off the game was paramount for him.
He had a better floor game today.
Yeah.
Just played the game with a nice rhythm. Also being able to, obviously, we know the shooting is there.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable performance from behind the line. You said it best, but he also came in, got himself 2 free throws, then he got comfortable. The confidence is there. That's as a shooter, and a guy averaged that many points in college.